Good morning, everyone. Myself Pushpa P, 4th semester MSc Microbiology, Ramaya College of Art, Science and Commerce. My seminar presentation on types of bioreactor under the guidance of Dr. Prasanna Srinivas, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Ramaya College of Art, Science and Commerce. Content: Introduction about bioreactors. Types of bioreactors. There are many types of bioreactors are there in our syllabus. Five types of bioreactors. One is photobioreactor, membrane bioreactor, fluidized bioreactor, tubular bioreactor, and packed bed bioreactors. Introduction. A bioreactor is a vessel in which a chemical process is carried out which involves organisms or chemically active substances derived from such organisms. The success of industrial fermentation primarily depends upon right type of bioreactors designed and right strain of microbes being used it. The right type of bioreactor of fermented provides all controlled conditions necessary for the growth of selected microbes. Common measurements and control system: speed control, temperature control, control of gas supply, control of pH, control of dissolved oxygen, antifoam control, feed control. This is the diagrammatic representation of bioreactor. It is a cylindrical ranging in size from liter to cubic meters and are often made up of stainless steel. This process can be either be aerobic or anaerobic. The bioreactor, which contains a vessel, agitator, sporger, probes, the temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH, pressure gauge, cooling jacket, ports of input and output of materials, back pressure valve, inlet filters and exhaust filters, valves, load supply. Head plate to cover the top of the vessel of the bioreactor, stirrer shaft seal to hold the stirrer and head plate, acid or base probe, a flow to add a acid or bases during the fermentation process. Agitator, which is used for the mixing of the contents of the reactor, which keeps the cells in the perfect homogeneous condition for better transport of nutrients and oxygen to desired products. Buffle is used to break the vortex formation in the vessel, which is usually highly undesirable as it changes the center of gravity of the system and consumes additional power. Sporger. A sporger in aerobic cultivation process. The purpose of the sporger is used to supply the adequate oxygen to the growing cell. Jacket. The jacket is provide the annular area for circulation of the constant temperature of the water, which keeps the temperature of the bioreactor at constant value. Antifoam probe to prevent the contamination in the fermentation process. The function of the bioreactor is to provide a suitable environment in which an organism can efficiently produce a target products. The target products might be cell biomass, metabolites, transformed product. Next, move on to types of bioreactors: photobioreactor, membrane bioreactor, fluidized bioreactor, tubular bioreactor, packed bed bioreactor. First is photobioreactor. These are the bioreactors specialized for fermentation that can be carried out either by exposing to sunlight or artificial illumination. Since artificial illumination is expensive, only the outdoor photobioreactors are preferred. Certain important components are produced by employing photobioreactors. This is the image of photobioreactor. There are many types of photobioreactors are there. Example, vertical photobioreactor, tubular photobioreactor, open pond system or closed pond system. These are the closed system and these are the open pond system bioreactors. These are made up of glass or more commonly transparent plastic. The array of tubes are flat panel constituting light receiving system, which means solar receivers. The culture can be circulated through the solar receivers by the methods such as using centrifugal pumps or airlift pumps. It is essential that the cells are is continuously circulation without forming sediment. Further adequate penetration of sunlight should be maintained. The tubes should be also cooled to prevent rise in temperature. Photobioreactors are usually operated in continuous mode at the temperature in the range of 25 to 40 degrees Celsius, and microalgae and cyanobacteria are normally used. The organisms grow during daytime while the products are produced during nighttime. Applications of photobioreactors is produced high productivity of algae used to control the environment such as water supply, pH level, gas supply rate and many more. Advantages of photobioreactor is highly productivity, large surface to volume ratio, better control of gas transfer, reduction in evaporation of growth medium, more uniform temperature. Disadvantages of photobioreactor is capital cost is very high. The productivity and production cost in some enclosed photobioreactor systems are not much better than those achievable in open pond cultures. The technical difficulty in sterilization. Membrane bioreactor. This is the second type of bioreactor. These are flow reactors within which membranes are used to separate cells or enzymes from the feed or product stream. It is usually continuous system. Products may also be removed continuously, but in some application they must be harvested intermediately or at the end of the run. This is the image of membrane bioreactor. These membrane bioreactors are polymeric microfiltration, which means 0.5 to 0.5 micrometer, or ultrafiltration, that is 20 angstrom membranes are most commonly used. These membranes are obtained in hollow fibers or flat sheet foam. In applications in enzymatic reduction, the production of primary and secondary metabolites by microorganisms and plant cells, generation of antibodies by microorganisms and plant cells, generation of antibodies by mammalian cells. This is the diagrammatic representation of membrane bioreactor. The bioreactor, the process is fermentation process is happened in this vessel, and when the nutrient is passes to here and agitation will happens in the agitator impeller and move on to the filtration unit. In this filtration unit, the solid particles are separated from this filter unit, and often the solid particles are again move on to the bioreactor, which means primary vessel. Applications of membrane bioreactor is the membrane bioreactors have been used to as a filter, rejecting the solid materials which are developed by biological processes, resulting in a clarified and disinfected products effluent. Advantages of membrane bioreactor: the loss of enzyme is reduced. Enzyme lost by denaturation can be made by periodic addition of enzyme. Substrate and enzymes can be easily replaced. Compared to immobilization technique, no chemical agents or harsh conditions are employed. No further polishing required for disinfection or clarification. Disadvantages of membrane bioreactor: cells and enzymes entrapped within the membrane reactors are subjected to diffusion and conversion that can render their distribution heterogeneous. An uneven flow distribution among the various channels in a membrane reactor can have significant. It is a high capital cost, it is a high running cost, membrane surface is falling. Fluidized bioreactor. The design of fluidized bioreactor is such that the solids are retained in the reactor while the liquid flows out. For the efficient operation of fluidized beds, gas is poured to create a suitable gas, liquid, solid, fluid bed. These bioreactors are suitable for use to carry out reaction involving fluid suspended biocatalysts such as immobilized enzymes, immobilized cells, and microbial flux. This is the image of fluidized bed bioreactors. It is a type of reactor device that can be used to carry out a variety of multi-phase chemical reactions. Basically, the particles used in fluidized bed bioreactor can be of three different types. One is inert core on which the biomass is created by the cell attachment. Second is porous particles in which the biocatalyst is entrapped. Third one is cell aggregates, which means or flux, which means self immobilization. It consisting of a vertical cylindrical vessel containing fine solid catalyst particles. The fluid stream is introduced through the bottom at the rate such that catalyst particles are suspended in the fluid stream without being carried out. Uh, with this reactor, it is possible to regenerate the catalyst continuously without shutting down the reactor. The reactor is particularly suitable when the heat effect are very large or when effluent catalyst regeneration is required. It is also necessary to ensure that the suspended solid particles are not too light or too dense and they are in a good suspended state. A recycling of liquid is important to maintain continuous contact between the reactor contents and biocatalyst. This enables good efficiency in bioprocessing. Applications of fluidized bed bioreactor is silicon production for semiconductor and solar industry, chemical and petrochemicals, in that cracking of hydrocarbons, gas phase polymeric reactions, combustion and or pyrolysis, that combustion or gasification of coal, pyrolysis of wood waste, chemical looping combustion. Advantages of fluidized bioreactor is uniform particle mixing, uniform temperature gradient, the ability to operate reactor in continuous state. Disadvantages of fluidized bioreactor is increased reactor vessel size, pumping requirement and pressure drop, particle entrainment, a lack of current understanding, erosion of internal components, pressure loss scenarios. Next is tubular bioreactor. The tubular bioreactor is a tube through which reactants flow and are converted to product. It consisting of cylindrical pipe with opening on each end for reactants and products flow through. Plug flow reactor are usually operated at steady state. Reactants are continuously consumed as they flow down in the length of the reactor. The tubular flow bioreactor may have varying diameter along the flow path. In such a reactor, there is a continuous gradient of concentration in the direction of flow. Several tubular reactors in series or in parallel may also be used. Both horizontal and vertical orientations are common. The tubular flow bioreactors is a chemical reactor takes place in a steam gas that carries reactant from the inlet to outlet. The catalysts are in tubes. Uniform loading is ensured by using special equipment that charges the same amount of catalyst to each tube at the definite rate. This is the image of tubular bioreactor. When the nutrient is supplied to the one end and product is coming out to the another end, it is a continuous form. This is like continuously gradient. Applications of tubular bioreactor is industrial use of tubular bioreactors are in gasoline production, oil cracking, synthesis of ammonia from its elements, and the oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. Tubular reactors used in research on oxidation of nitrogen compounds. It reaches temperature of 800 to 1100 degrees Celsius. Advantages of tubular bioreactor is easily maintained since there is no moving parts. High conversion rate per reactor volume, mechanically simple, unvarying product quality, good for studying rapid reactions, efficient use of reactor volume, good for large capacity process, low pressure drops, tubes are easy to clean. Disadvantages of tubular bioreactor is undesired thermal gradient may exist, poor temperature control, shutdown and cleaning may be expensive, difficult to control due to temperature and composition variation. Next is packed bed bioreactor. pack a bed of solid particles with biocatalyst on or within the matrix of solid packed in a column constitute a packed in a bed. The solid used may be porous or non-porous gels. They may be compressible or rigid in nature. The nutrient broth flow continuously over the immobilizer biocatalyst. This is how the real packed bed bioreactor. The packed bed bioreactor is a little bit different than other type of bioreactor, because in this case we are commonly used with attached biofilms, especially in wastewater engineering. The packed bed bioreactors are widely used with immobilized cells. The immobilized biocatalyst is packed in the vertical column and fed with nutrients either from top or bottom. Then the substrate will flow into the reactor, and the reactor will takes place which changes the characteristics of fermentation. The product obtained in packed bed bioreactors are released into fluid and removed. While the flow of fluid can be upward or downward, a flow under gravity is preferred. The concentration of the nutrients can be increased by increasing the flow rate of nutrient broth. Because of poor mixing, it is rather difficult to control the pH of packed bed reactors by the addition of acid or alkali. However, these bioreactors are preferred for bioprocessing technology involving product inhibited reactors. The packed bed bioreactors do not allow accumulation of the products to any significant extent. Applications of packed bed bioreactor is bioprocess and biochemical applications, treating low contents of organic matters to generate organic acid and fermentation. Higher conversion per unit mass of catalyst than other catalytic reactors. It is a low operating cost, it's a continuous operation, a no moving part to wear out, a catalyst stay in the reactor mixture or catalyst separation is easy, effective at high temperature and pressure. Disadvantages of packed bed bioreactor is it is undesired heat gradients, it's a poor temperature control, it's a difficult to clean, difficult to replace catalyst, undesirable side reactions. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.